Hi, hello to the viewers of CVR News English. Today we are in a special discussion with Monica Sunkaraji, who is one of the BJP legal cell member of Telangana BJP unit. Today the special discussion is about the Modi era. Whoever are coming against Modi are going down by themselves, whether it may be Hindenburg or whether it may be Canadian PM Justin Trudeau, who accused Modi's government and who named Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah straight away to the murders happened in Canada. Or there are many such incidents which came against Modi and they saw that downfall. Today we will discuss this issue with Monica Sunkaraji. Namaste Monica Sunkaraji, welcome to the show. So,
Namaste. Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, yes, madam. So, how can this era be seen, madam? Can this be considered as Modi's era? Because whether it may be Hindenburg or Justin Trudeau, or whether it may be Rahul Gandhi, or it may be George Soros, or it may be any other US deep state agents, or anyone who are against Modi are seeing their downfall. How can we consider this?
Whatever the statements which you have said, if they are true, and if all the list of people are scared of Narendra Modi ji, then that should be a thing to feel proud and to feel happy about our nation, because that itself shows that the nation is in a safe hand and our enemy countries are afraid of our leader, our democratically elected and most beloved leader, Narendra Modi. So, by the statement which you have given, which says, every other organization which want to pull down the Indian economy or create some chaos in the country, or our enemy countries which don't want us to grow financially or in a, within the country, unity between the people, and all these things matter. So all these external factors which are against our nation are literally scared of Narendra Modi. As per your statement, it's really a good sign, and it's a everyone should feel proud that we have elected such a great prime minister who is able to control our enemies with his sight.
There is one more stats, madam. After COVID, every world leader who represent their country has lost their election except Narendra Modi. How is this possible? Is there anything in EVM, or do really people love Narendra Modi?
Yeah, when Narendra Modi became prime minister first ever prime minister in 2014, a normal person who's got no political background or not even from any dynasty. Before that, there was Congress, right?
Yeah.
Congress was in power for 10 years. And when you compare to Indian politics with Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress, you see the Congress list of being in power dynastically from Nehru, and again his daughter Indira, and then again his son Rajiv, and then Rajiv's wife, Italian citizen Antonio Maino, alias Sonia.
Yeah, she has dual citizenship, right?
See, I'm talking about her birthplace. I'm not talking about her citizenship. Okay. I'm talking where she is born and what nationality does she is being brought up. So I consider I was there in America for about 8 years, but I will never become an American. I'm an Indian origin. In the same way, she is born in Italy. She'll be an Italian origin. That's it. So as per the constitution, she is the Italian origin. And you just can't own her emotionally, and I just can't disown her emotionally. This is according to law and international law. Next. And after that, Italian lady, the so-called Sonia Gandhi, and then her son. If you see the full hierarchy, this dynasty party was in power. And when Modi ji was able to, and Bharatiya Janata Party was able to destroy this dynastically party which is doing apni manmani in the country, Bharatiya Janata Party and Narendra Modi charisma was such a great thing that he could destroy such a dynasty which was there from the independence.
So,
That itself shows that people are fed up with Congress. Why? Because when from 2004 to 2014, there were million number of scams from A to Z. You can take any name, you will find a scam, which was under the control of this so-called Italian lady. And under her leadership, a great financial intelligent person like Manmohan Singh has become a puppet. That is where he was named as the most underachievable prime minister of the world. I mean, from the from the world list of prime minister, he was rated as the last one and most underachievable prime minister. And the prime minister belongs to country India. So this is the hierarchy and this is the history and this is the background of this documentation of this party. And Bharatiya Janata Party and Narendra Modi's Charishma. Leave about Narendra Modi Charishma and Bharatiya Janata Party as a political party for a minute aside. Look at the people's public and then every Indian aspiration towards Modi, towards Bharatiya Janata Party, which made a normal person a prime minister of a country and the world's largest democratic country. So that itself shows that people of India are united. People of India are more, into the politics, want to understand the politics, want to be part of country and want to be part of a developing nation, our India, Bharat. That is why they have chosen a normal person, a Bharatiya Janata Party, which came into politics with just 2 seats, and now it is the world's largest political party. And Bharatiya Janata Party is not a political party for itself. It is the party which came into politics to safeguard the ideology. So Bharatiya Janata Party does not have any ideology to be into politics,
so
but
okay,
it came
Monica
into
ji,
politics
Monica
to
ji,
safeguard the
actually
ideology.
coming to the word ideology, yesterday in AICC building opening, Rahul Gandhi said that is Guru Nanak ji from RSS ideology or Bhagwan Sri Krishna is from RSS ideology, is Vivekananda ji from RSS ideology. He was speaking many of such things. He also said that now this war is or this fight is not against just BJP or RSS. This fight is straight away against the state of India. How can these words be considered? Can courts or my lords will take it as a sumoto? Are there any chances?
There's a small spelling mistake or grammatically mistake, or maybe Rahul Gandhi's lower IQ understanding mistake. RSS, Sri Krishna ideology, RSS ideology. Don't take that RSS ideology is from what you said was like. Does RSS ideology gel with Krishna's ideology?
Yeah.
Does RSS ideology gel?
Rahul Gandhi is the person who said this.
Yes. So what we say, being a part of that great organization, we say that we took the ideology from Sri Krishna's Bhagavad Gita. We took the RSS ideology from Swami Vivekananda. We took the ideology from Guru Nanak. We took the ideology from Buddhism. We took the ideology, RSS ideologies from Jainism. So whether it's Jainism, Buddhism, Sikhism, or from Sri Krishna Bhagavad Gita, or any eminent, this land's prominent spiritual seekers, we have taken them as our ideological leaders. We have taken them as our icons. Whatever they have stated, whatever the experience they have enriched in their life, they wanted the youth to know about this country, this culture, this civilization. We have taken those points and the RSS is formed on that ideology, and RSS political wing is Bharatiya Janata Party. So whether you talk about our ideology, we'll tell clearly that our ideology is from this civilization, our ideology is from this land of law.
So one more word, what Rahul Gandhi was speaking about it was BJP is being BJP has taken or RSS has taken all the control over every institute of this country. Is this true? because when some of your party leaders or some of your party karyakartas, when they were killed in Bengal or any other state, you people don't act such seriously. When the institute are taken over by BJP or RSS, why are your karyakartas being stabbed?
Huh. Here we need to understand one thing. When Congress was in government, we never said that we want to fight against the state of India. The way Rahul Gandhi is now, yesterday he was stating a statement like, our fight is against the Indian state. But RSS, or for that matter BJP, never said that we have a fight against India. We have fight against the state of India. We never said that Congress is, taking control in every institution. Though Congress was there for a long term in the political, why are they so much of insecure? Why are they suffering with so much of insecurity? Congress party has first time tasted the bitterness of being unemployed in political field. So it is unable to digest. The point here is it's all about the ego, which this dynasty politics or the dynastic family owns. Moreover, and this so-called Italian Mata, she is from Italian. Obviously, they'll have a whitish, that Caucasian feeling, which states that all the race. This again comes into the racial feeling. Undoubtedly, the Italian lady, she want to prove that she is superior when compared to all Indians.
Actually,
And
there
for
was
that matter, let me finish. For that matter, this Congress is such a spineless party. It could not find a single party president. Why are they so much, bootlicking this Italian lady? Why do they want to, keep her as their party's president? Can't they make a single leader in that party? And that party, which does not even has a single leader in the country, which has a 140 crore youth and 140 crore largest democratic country, and whole world is looking at the brains of India. You can't make a single leader for your party, and this Congress party doesn't have any ethics or doesn't have any moral value to question Bharatiya Janata Party, and for that matter RSS creates a people with a great personality. RSS created Atal Bihari Vajpayee. RSS created Narendra Modi. RSS created many such Narendra Modis who are not in the fame or not in the limelight. There are thousands of Narendra Modis in the RSS. There are thousands of Narendra Modi karyakartas like Narendra Modi in Bharatiya Janata Party. RSS proudly creates such a great personalities. And this party, which doesn't have a single leader and kept a Italian lady as the president of their party, and this party talks about us. This party questions our ethics. This party questions our ideology. They don't have a basic right to question us. Bharatiya Janata Party stands to protect this nation, stands to protect this civilization. That is why we call Desh, Dharma or Devalaya Rakshan. That means we want to protect this nation, we want to protect this civilization, which is the soul of this country, and we want to protect every temple which was raised by the external atrocities and external
invaders.
enemies.
So coming out of this political topic, let us go a bit about economic subject, madam. As Hindenburg has shut down after it exposes Adani, how can we see this? Is Indian government or Gautam Adani is showing some hard hands on Hindenburg? How can this be seen, this scenario?
Yeah, the Security Exchange Board of India, SEBI, has filed a case against the so-called short seller company.
Short seller, yeah.
And yeah, in America. First, we need to understand that Hindenburg is not such any great reported organization. Point one. Point two, it is a short seller. Short seller is something they will take up. They want to have buy shares from from particular company, and if they are in the highest mode, they'll put some allegation on that. And when the allegation, when that short stocks come down, then they'll buy it. So this is a cheap trick which is done by the Hindenburg, which resulted in the disaster economy for the Adani, not for the country. Mind it.
Okay.
Even when Hindenburg defamed Adani, Adani has personally has become third. He was the third
Richest man of
man
the
in the
world.
world. Yes. From third to he degraded into seven, and again from seven to he came down to 22nd. But Indian economy was stable. Indian economy was standard. It is
True.
because of Narendra Modi and the financial system which is run by this government. So, in having said that, though the Hindenburg has wanted to defame Adani, it could not be successful in defaming him because Indian government and Indian financial system was in safe hands. It was said by the Indian financial minister. One point. Next, who is the external person here? The financial ministry. Next, Adani, who is an Indian national, an Indian businessman, and the Hindenburg. And Congress government, which want to blame Bharatiya Janata Party, the ruling government. If you see this chronology, you should understand the outsider here is the Hindenburg. And who is supporting this outsider and blaming the government, blaming the country, blaming the Indian economy, and want to trust this report is the opposition Congress party, which
Yeah,
is led
they
by
even
an
approached
Italian,
Supreme Court of
which
India.
yes, which is led by an Italian mother and her son. These people, this Italian mother and her son, want to believe in the Hindenburg report rather than the financial ministry report, rather than the Supreme Court's verdict, rather than the Adani. Adani was even questioning whether do you have a proper evidence to prove the allegation. Then the Hindenburg has no reports. They don't have any evidence. They don't have any proper statistics to prove that Adani is doing some malfunctioning. Yes or no?
True. Yeah, one more question. Now, after the closure of Hindenburg company, can this be considered as Adani is a savior of Indian economy or Adani is a destroyer of Indian economy? What is your word on this?
Adani is just a businessman. He's not. He doesn't own whole of Indian economy for that
True,
matter. There
true.
are many other. There are many other politicians there are many other businessmen who are world's one of top 100 richest people. There are many, like you can see Ratan Tata is there,
Yeah.
Ambani is there. They are also doing well in this
Even Bajaj.
this field. Yes, Bajaj. Here what I want to say is the if at all Adani or for that matter any of the businessman is a culprit, the message should come from the financial ministry of India or from the government of India, not from the outsider. This is what I want to say.
So,
So Hindenburg here is an outsider, point one. And next point is he is just a mere short seller. And with that particular short seller statement or short seller's report, he wanted to shake the India, which he was able to which he was successful to some extent, no doubt, but he could not disrupt the Indian economy because the government of India is taking very good care of Indian economy.
so one more thing, madam. Can after the closure of Hindenburg, can we see this like deep state is weakening down?
Obviously, when the enemy's financial thing, if you are able to hit his financial funding point, then the enemy becomes weak automatically. That itself shows that Modi government is doing very well in politics. And like Chanakya says, it is not how you run the country; it is how you deal with your enemies.
True.
So Modi ji government and Bharatiya Janata Party is dealing with our enemies in a very proper and a very deserving way, which they deserve. Exactly the way which they understand. That way they understand, we need to teach them in the same language. Hence, Modi ji is doing a brilliant job, and every Indian should feel proud that a country is in safe hands.
So, coming out of this economic issues, madam, let's go a bit about international politics. Justin Trudeau has resigned very recently. Can we know what are the reason behind the resignation of Justin Trudeau, who was an arrogant president of Canada and straight away accused the Home Minister of India for the political murders which were being happening in Canada?
Political murders, we can't talk about that because unless we don't have any evidence, unless we are not into the complete hierarchy of the chronology of the case, we can't talk about it. But as far as the Justin Trudeau is concerned, he's not he's not a Canada's most beloved leader. Hence, he is supposed to resign. And people of Canada are also happy that he's resigned. People of Canada also are not bothered if if he leaves the politics. They want to have a leader who is committed to the nation rather than focusing on the other countries' development, like Narendra Modi, who is more into the development of nation rather than into the outside matters. In the same way,
Resignation of Justin Trudeau, can we consider this the Khalistani movement will get to its lowest peak of all time? Because he was the one who was supporting Khalistanis all the way open.
you think because this is the your statement can be said as a half information because the Khalistani movement or this Khalistani thing was created by Congress party in the country. It does we can see from the Operation Blue Star and using that Binderwala to go against the nation, go against their philosophy and all that matters here. So the Khalistani movement was created, and that kind of bitterness was created between the Indians, between the Hindus, and between the Sikhs, and between the Sikhs and the nation is by the Congress government, and especially when the Indira Gandhi regime was there. And with that, that cult has grown up, and they have become a kind of people who were into the most of the Shatru Bodha kind of stuff, like who are into the animosity mindset. After that, they are now into Canada and they are doing anti national activities over there. When if a country cannot stop the anti national activities done against it, then that country can be a incapable country, right? But when it comes to India, Bharat, we are now a strong nation, the nation which is able to find out its enemies, go into the enemy's place, and kill the enemy. We saw that same thing in surgical strike. We
Yeah.
went to Pakistan and did surgical strike in the Pakistan. So wherever our enemies are there, we are so protective about our Bharat Mata. We are so protective about our nation that wherever our enemies are there, we'll go there and we'll make sure their plans don't
Oh.
execute, and we make sure that their plans don't make our nation unstable.
So, final question, madam, before the closing of this discussion. Yesterday, on the occasion of Army Day, PM Modi has launched a frigate, a destroyer, and a submarine at a single event. This for the first time it happened after independent India. How can this be seen? Can this be seen the naval fleet of this country is being strengthening?
You can see the Pokhran nuclear test also. That was
Yeah,
also first ever after India
independence.
independence. Yes.
True.
Whenever there is Bharatiya Janata Party in power, you can see everything which has a favorable towards our country, which protects our country, which strengthens our army, which strengthens our naval army, and which strengthens the nation inside and outside. So everything Bharatiya Janata Party does, right from Pokhran, you can see many things which Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji also has done. Now Narendra Modi, it's a hat-trick prime minister and a hat-trick
CM.
government for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Hence, we will be doing everything which strengthens our country. We'll safeguard our country. So we have removed Article 370. We safeguard this civilization. So we take care of uh, the enemies. We know how to handle the enemies. So we know how to safeguard the temples, the inner feeling and the emotional thing which every Hindu is connected to. Hence, we built the Ram Janmabhoomi. So, Bharatiya Janata Party has got, like I said in the first statement itself, we are into politics to safeguard the ideology, and our ideology is to safeguard this country, to safeguard this civilization, and to safeguard the temples which were built by our ancients, and this civilization which owns those temples, and the civilization is the soul of this country. So, our ideologies protect all these things. Hence, whenever Bharatiya Janata Party will be in power, we'll make wonders. And no doubt we are in power for the third time. And our now new agenda is Congress Mukt Bharat. Once you are able to finish off the enemy for good, then you are the winner, and then you can take care of developing. Then you can consider thinking of developing the country. Hence, our agenda, we have two lines, developing nation to make we could make India as the fourth largest economic country, world's largest democratic country. We will surely make Bharat as a Vishwamitra, Vishwaguru, and, spiritual seeker. This is the country. And you can see the Kumbh Mela, which itself is the symbol of the spiritual path for the humanity. Hence, when Bharatiya Janata Party will be in power, we'll make wonders, no doubt about it. And we are sure next 20-30 years, Bharatiya Janata Party will be in power in center. And in Telangana also, we are looking at bringing Bharatiya Janata Party into power. Once Bharatiya Janata Party is all over the India, every chief minister and every prime minister is from Bharatiya Janata Party, then you can see that India will be will beat America, no doubt.
So this was a special discussion with Monica Sunkaraji. Let us end this discussion for now, and let us join with another guest for another special discussion. Jai Hind. This was a special discussion with Monica Sunkara, who is one of the prominent members of BJP legal cell of Telangana unit. So let us end this discussion for now, and let us join with another guest for another special episode. Until that, keep watching CVR News English. Jai Hind.